Hi, Bill the Flavor Guy here, and thought it would be a fun time to make some good old-fashioned cherry pie. Joining me today is my sidekick, Vanessa.
Hello, everyone.
Vanessa's gonna help me mix everything up, and let's get started. We have our cherries, lemon juice, water, sugar, and our cornstarch. The cornstarch and the sugar I put together, and I'll show you why here in a second. We're gonna mix everything into our cherries right here. We're gonna bring them up to a boil, then we're gonna let them simmer. And we're gonna go right straight to our pie crust. Maybe we'll put a little strip across the top, make them look fancy. Let's go ahead and pour in our cup of water. 4 tablespoons of the lemon juice. You don't have to put in, if you were using tart cherries, the lemon juice, but we're using dark sweet and a little bit of dark tart. And because of that, I really want a sour pie. So adding the lemon juice is gonna give me that sourness. We actually put a little bit of lime in there too, just to kind of be funny, goofing around. I like to pre-blend the sugar and the cornstarch together. And the reason why is it won't clump. It'll be easier to mix. So you can see now, it's pretty much mixed in there, the sugar and the starch. That's our sugar starch blend. And move it over to the stove and start stirring. Is it stirring? Stirring. Stirring? You're gonna get a lot of water from the cherries too as they do cook down. That's why we only used a cup of water for this batch. There you go, nice coating. See how it's starting to juice up? Yeah, yeah. And we're starting to see our color really change now, getting deep red, getting some clarity. So it's getting much darker. Let's bring it over to the counter. Make a little ice bath in this pot over here, and then we'll cool this down a little bit before we put it on our pie crust. Look at that. So we're using NF4532 organic black cherry flavor concentrate. 1/4 teaspoon is gonna flavor up our cherry filling. Gonna make sure it's evenly dispersed. So the reason why I use a cherry flavor concentrate is because it's designed to hold on to the flavor a lot longer under these high heat conditions. And we know we're gonna be baking this pie at 425 for about 45 minutes. And that's really beaten up on that flavor. So adding that flavor back ahead of time means that it's gonna come out tasting like a freshly picked cherry. Even though we used IQF cherries or fresh frozen cherries, that flavor brings it back to the day it was picked. And that means like right after it's baked at that high temperature. If you use just a cherry extract or an almond extract, that's usually made with alcohol. There's nothing holding on to the flavor. Most of that flavor is gonna boil off. There's nothing holding on to it. So I don't want that. I want the flavor to be there. Even if this thing sits in the refrigerator for a day, I want to taste cherry flavor every single bite. So that's why we use a flavor concentrate. And I think this is just about ready to go into our pie crust. Okay, so we've made it to the end. Our cherry pies turned out really good. We'll post these formulas or recipes up on the website and enjoy.